Ben, first off, do you feel as though the coverage has been balanced? Like, for example, we just showed you?
No, I mean, I think that there's so many media outlets that are acting as propaganda arms for Hamas that it's actually quite incredible. Hamas has not been unclear about their intent here. They've been saying for weeks they want to send literally 100,000 people to storm the border with Israel. Hamas has been obvious. They say we want to break in, we want to kill Israelis. They're not hiding the ball here, and the media are hiding the ball. The media are playing propaganda wing for a terrorist group, which has made clear their intent. There are people who are storming the border, attempting to kill Israeli soldiers, sending kites with incendiary devices over the border, flinging Molotov cocktails at people who are manning the border, flinging stones at people manning the border. Right. And the Israelis are acting with their usual restraint, and the media are treating this as though Israelis are in indiscriminate fashion killing civilians. It's just a lie, but the media have been doing that for years.
Ben, what do you think the people who were in that soundbite montage right there would prefer the Israelis do?
Yeah, I mean, the answer is that they would prefer the Israelis stop existing, because these are the two choices. It's not that Hamas is not in control of the Gaza Strip. You heard one of the people in that montage say that these are people without a state. Israel withdrew from the Gaza Strip in 2005. Okay, the Gaza Strip has been entirely under the control of Hamas since 2006, when the Palestinians elected Hamas in an overwhelming majority. Hamas is a State Department designated terrorist group and one of the worst terrorist groups on the planet, and yet we're supposed to believe that this is Israel's fault, that Hamas is trying to storm the border. It's beyond all definition, and the attempt to link it, by the way, with the Jerusalem embassy opening is just insane. This has been going on for weeks. It's just the media haven't wanted to cover it, and they would prefer to blame President Trump for Hamas trumped-up violence than to actually lay the blame at the feet of the people who are creating it.
What are the leaders of Hamas telling those people to do?
So they're telling them to storm the border. They've actually, the Washington Post, okay, which is a left-wing outlet, reported that the leaders of Hamas were telling people that the Israelis had withdrawn from the border, that the Israeli soldiers were no longer manning the border, and that if they ran up to the border and attempted to breach the border, everything would be fine. They're lying to their own people. They're using human shields. 10 of the people who have been killed were Hamas operatives, open Hamas operatives. So none of this is a surprise. This is what terrorist groups do. And a terrorist group attacking a border, even using human shields, is still a terrorist group attacking the border.
I heard sometimes they're children.
Yes, I mean, they're using children as human shields. This is what Hamas does. During the last Gaza war, Hamas actually hid its headquarters inside a hospital. Because, again, this is what terrorist groups do. When terrorist groups get a civilian killed, they are happy because they know that the media coverage will be that Israelis killed civilians. When a civilian is killed in Hamasistan, in the Gaza Strip, then the Israelis are deeply devastated about it. This is something Golda Meir once said. We can forgive them for killing our children. We can never forgive them for making us kill theirs.